Did you build the pyramids?
Only the one in Las Vegas.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the theories about the Egyptian pyramids that will have you crying for your mummy.
Pyramids that could be linked together, give this planet energy.
Number 10. The pyramids align with the constellation of Orion. In his book, The Orion Mystery, Egyptian writer Robert Bauval claims there's a correspondence between the Giza Pyramid Complex's 3 largest pyramids and the 3 stars of Orion's belt.
They certainly mimic the 3 stars of Orion's belt. There is no doubt about that anymore.
While the theory is popular, it has been debunked. Archaeoastronomy expert and director of the Griffith Observatory Ed Krupp noted that readers are shown 2 images, an aerial photograph of Giza alongside a picture of Orion's belt.
And what are the shafts in the Giza pyramids all about? One points north and the other points south. The north points to the polar star Thuban, not Polaris as it is today.
However, the photo of the pyramids has its north side at the bottom of the page, while Orion's belt has its north side at the top. Sloppy evidence.
What do you guys think of the pyramids? Why are they aligned with Orion, and why does the shaft at the north end point to the ancient pole star Thuban?
Number 9. Levitation was used to build the pyramids. If you spend time around conspiracy theorists, get ready to hear the word levitation a lot.
Many people believe levitation, specifically sound or acoustic levitation, was how ancient civilizations like the Egyptians built the pyramids.
Edgar Cayce, famous psychic, was convinced that the pyramids were constructed by a syndicate of Caucasians from southwest Russia, Egyptians, and Atlanteans.
He described Atlantis as being an ancient civilization of equal size to Europe and having superior technology.
He claimed they used their fantastic mental powers to build the pyramids block by block. Author Andrew Collins, who has written multiple books on ancient civilization, cited a folktale recorded by a 10th century Arab historian as evidence of this claim. While we may never be sure of just how exactly the pyramids were built, it definitely wasn't like this.
While ancient acoustic levitation remains speculative and lacks empirical evidence, it serves as a testament to human ingenuity and our ongoing quest to unravel the mysteries of ancient civilizations.
Number 8. The ancient Egyptian and Sumerian giants hidden in stasis chambers around the world. Conspiracy theorists claim to have received confidential intel on stasis chambers that contain an ancient race known as builders, waiting to return and rule. This is a race of giants with red facial hair and pale skin that use crystal technology to slow time. These theorists also say that there are chambers hidden all around the world containing beings with some slight differences. Allegedly, some have been found, but had already failed, with the being inside deceased. The theory gets more complicated, with some accounts that state the beings were squished inside the pods like they had taken advantage of someone else's tech. The link to the pyramids comes from claims that some chambers had names on walls, some written in ancient Egyptian.
Locals know about these pyramids, but why has no one done any research on this?
Number 7. There is an ancient underground city beneath the pyramids. This theory suggests the existence of a cave system underneath Giza's pyramids.
We have to remember that cave systems can change very quickly.
An explorer allegedly found an entrance to a large cave complex, with narrow passages that didn't allow for all that much exploring. He theorized that the caves may have been the inspiration for the myth of the Egyptian underworld. Some theorists expand on this idea and point out ancient myths claiming that at one time there were marble cities underneath the Giza Plateau, with the pyramids serving only as an entrance to a great underground city.
The interpretation and calling it a lost city instantly sets off alarm bells.
These same theorists also say it contains beautiful cathedral-sized rooms filled with precious artifacts.
Their full extent remains unknown, and their significance is open to debate and interpretation.
Number 6. The pyramids were built by hybrid giants called Nephilim. The Nephilim are a hybrid people mentioned in the Bible, said to be the children of men and a type of fallen angel.
Now in Numbers chapter 13, we'll get there after a while, the 10 scouts compare the large-size Anakites to the Nephilim.
Some theorists believe the biblical stories refer to the children of aliens who procreated with humans. These theorists reference ancient pictures that they claim show beings of seemingly great stature, much taller than humans. They even say one was as tall as a giraffe.
If these giants were real, where did they go?
Did they perish in a great flood like so many ancient texts describe?
Allegedly, there are also large footprints and fingerprints in the ancient stones. And of course, some believe that these giants were employed to build the pyramids. We just hope they didn't lift too much at once.
Did the Egyptians inherit the remains of a forgotten past?
Number 5. The pyramids were actually gigantic ancient power plants. Certain theorists believe that the motivation behind creating the pyramids must be something advanced, beyond what we could envision today. They're convinced that the pyramids are enormous power plants that use special frequencies emanating from deep in the earth to conduct massive amounts of power.
This is based on our new knowledge that they, in fact, are designed to tap the resonant power of the earth and then to distribute it around the world.
These theorists say shafts in the pyramid helped to channel these frequencies from out of the pyramid and into a sphere above nearby villages. These supposed shafts were lined with gold at one time, which helped with conducting the correct frequencies.
The Great Pyramid is itself a power generator, and that energy is broadcast from the pyramid. It's picked up by the transmitters, which are the obelisks, placed at key sites.
This technology was allegedly capable of generating a self-sustaining energy field with a radius of many miles. Theorists also say that the ancient Egyptians supposedly had electronics such as lights and batteries that this energy field kept charged.
So that energy would reach large distances. And I think if you had an obelisk at any distance, it could actually affect that particular structure.
Number 4. Atlantis built the pyramids. Former Minnesota Congressman Ignatius Loyola Donnelly was engrossed by the legend of Atlantis, publishing a so-called history book in 1882 titled Atlantis, the Antediluvian World.
Basically, almost all the ideas you see being bandied about go back to him.
In it, he claims that there was once a large island in the Atlantic Ocean, opposite the mouth of the Mediterranean Sea, that was the remains of a continent known to the ancient world as Atlantis. The congressman stated that at the Atlanteans' height, they had established colonies all over the world, the oldest of which was in Egypt.
Donnelly argues that the arts and sciences found all around the world are too similar to each other to have been invented independently, and therefore must have arisen from a common source.
In fact, he called Egyptian civilization, quote, a reproduction of that of the Atlantic island. As evidence for this theory, he claimed there were significant similarities in Egypt's pyramids and Mesoamerica's.
That's simply insufficient to establish a link.
Number 3. The pyramids are UFOs. A very popular theory is that the pyramids of Giza are actually alien spacecraft.
These gods were going to artificially create this flood and cataclysm with their super technology. And who could do that except for extraterrestrials?
Some believe that one day they will take off and disappear into space. However, popular doesn't mean true, and there's not much evidence to support this outside of some bad YouTube edits. Proponents of this theory argue that the Egyptians couldn't have built the pyramids themselves because no ancient Egyptian texts have been found that refer to their construction.
The greatest mystery about the pyramids is not secret chambers. It's how the Egyptians managed to build them with the technology they had.
They explain away the pyramid's supposed purpose as a tomb of the pharaoh by arguing that not a single mummy has been found inside any pyramid. Number 2. Satan built the Great Pyramid. Joseph T. Judge Rutherford was a leader in the early days of the Jehovah's Witness movement.
At the same time, Jehovah caused his angels to deliver to all persons of good will, then and thereafter on earth, this message: glory to God in the highest. On earth, peace to all men of good will.
He was obsessed with ending the so-called Christian pyramidology adopted by Charles Taze Russell, his predecessor, and wrote a 2-part article in 1928 titled The Altar in Egypt. In it, Rutherford refutes the idea that the Great Pyramid was built by the Christian God.
An ancient writer said, "It seemed like a building let down from heaven, untouched by human hands."
Instead, he decided it was a much more likely conclusion that the pyramids were instead constructed under the direction of the devil. He even referred to the pyramid as Satan's Bible. Talk about a devil of a claim.
Speak to me! Tell me!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Great Pyramid foretells the date of the apocalypse. In 1864, Charles Piazzi Smythe, Astronomer Royal for Scotland, published a book called Our Inheritance in the Great Pyramid.
And I find it fascinating. He really goes into the scientific complexity of this monument.
In it, he claimed biblical prophecies were embedded within the architecture of the pyramids, which he claimed were built by Israelites, not Egyptians. He also argued that when the passageways were measured in pyramid inches, a chronology of the Earth's entire history, past, present, and future, could be found.
This pyramid inch is actually a timeline.
Chillingly, he indicated that the rapture may be imminent. The astronomers' calculations led certain Christians to believe that the end of days would arrive in 1881. As you might know, that did not happen.
It says in the Bible, the worthy will ascend to heaven. Even if it is the apocalypse, it's not the end of us. There's still hope. We just have to somehow try to prove our worthiness.
Have you heard an even more unsettling theory about the pyramids? Let us know in the comments.
You have pyramids off the coast of Cuba and 2,000 feet of water.